G'day, my name's Wade Core. I'm Chairman of the Carina Lees Club. I'm also a life trustee of the Campbell Carina Welfare Association, and I've been lucky enough to have the opportunity to utilise the facilities of the Wellness Centre.
So Wade had a bit of a fall in September and had a bit of a scratch, and what felt like a blink of an eye, his scratches turned into sores, ulcers, the diabetes that he has. We thought this is playing a part now, and basically by November he had a quick visit to hospital, refused to stay, and then a couple of weeks after that ended up in hospital. Those ulcers worsened and his amputation took place mid-December.
On my release from hospital, I had to make a choice of where I did my rehab, who my doctor was, a dietitian. Having all in the wellness precinct here was a no-brainer. Since coming here, I've received care way exceeding anything I could have expected.
So Wade came in here for an initial consultation, and we had a prior relationship anyway, someone I consider a friend. And in the initial consultation we put in place some parameters, but then the next day he was actually hospitalised with the ulceration going from bad to worse. And then the poor fella just didn't get out of hospital. It just sort of kept evolving into this story that kept going on and on and on. And I was obviously pretty invested personally because we did have a prior relationship, but like with all clients, you just keep a bit of a tab on things.
So Wade came to our practice following a fairly major surgery where he had an amputation of his leg. So his care was initially primarily with the physios downstairs for rehabilitation, but the main role that we played for Wade at the start was wound care, because when he came out from hospital, that wound was quite, it had opened up, and he needed quite intensive regular dressings for that wound care.
It's been a really good experience actually. We didn't know Wade and Glenys very well when they first started coming here, so to kind of build that relationship through looking after him and seeing him get better has been like, it's kind of like the two parts of healthcare I think that kind of bring everything together. It's kind of why we do what we do. So that's been really good. There's been a couple of setbacks, but it hasn't dampened them at all. They've been such troopers through all of this, and they're just the best. I love them. It's so nice to see. It's so nice to build that therapeutic relationship with them and see them get better and see them trust us and trust what we're doing. And it's been really great kind of in this precinct as well, like when Wade comes in, like he's got physio after, or he's got an appointment with you after, and it's just nice to know that kind of we're all kind of working together and we're seeing it like in real time how it's helping him, and it's just kind of drives home just the whole point of this precinct. Like we kind of haven't seen it in action, I think, until Wade, like someone like Wade, where we all kind of have to work together as like a multidisciplinary team to get him well.
Wow, Luann and Alex, what a team they are. They just care for you so much, and they make every visit exciting, and that's hard to say about a doctor, but also entertaining. They are easy to get along with and so knowledgeable about how to work with what wounds you have, and also how to make sure that they're doing their utmost to get you back to the full health.
It's been an extraordinarily positive one. I think the engagement Wade's had in the whole process, the gratitude with which he applies himself, it's unrequired, but it's a guy who, he's seen the challenges and understands that if he doesn't make changes, the outcomes are fairly stark and quite dire. So the investment on his part, and I keep saying engagement, but it is that engagement, that willingness to participate and to get an outcome, and just the gratefulness with which he thinks that people wouldn't do that, but that's what we do. That's what we do here.
The physios it's a different experience there. Mainly have Grant, and one of Grant's failures is he can't count. We often have a lot of banter in our sessions about his ability to count and my inability to count as well. He's designed a program for me that he oversees with one aim, to actually get me out of the chair and get me up on two legs. He's firm and strong, but he also takes into account how you're feeling on every day that you go there.
You know, from an initial hospitalisation to us maybe thinking he might lose a toe, to then eventually losing what was, you know, the better part of a third of his leg, is, you know, a pretty rough road for any of us to endure, despite him being such a happy-go-lucky, outgoing character. So the reality for us as a team was we got a big job to do. And as a clinician, I pride myself on an unconditional positive regard for the client, and the client's feeling being our greatest truth. And checking in on Wade, I went into the hospital a couple of times and I was communicating with him via phone fairly regularly. This is a pretty tough challenge for most people.
Again, Sean's such an amazing person, such a caring person. He works with you as a dietitian rather than talking down to you. He actually communicates with you and understands that it's not cold turkey, it's about actually changing your habits long term. I think he gets to the stage with you that you're wanting to do the change, not only for yourself, but also to guarantee that you're getting the utmost out of Sean's advice.
Oh, amazing. And to have somewhere here like the practice with our dietitian, the GPs, the physio, who all talk to each other if they're not getting the answers from us, is mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. So yeah, it's amazing.
Pretty special.
Yeah. Finding a new community that's right in. I grew up in Carina. I already have that community over at the Leagues Club, but finding there's another one here, and even observing. I'm a bit of a people watcher, and observing that as well as being involved in it is really cool.
I'm about 2 months away from going back to the PA hospital for a possible training leg, they call it, which will be a lot of rehab in hospital, day patient, before they actually allow me to come out with a leg. My aims are to get back to refereeing the little kids, which I find very, very enjoyable. And also I have a long-term aim, either in the chair or with a prosthetic leg, of doing a half marathon. None of that will be possible without the work of everyone here in the Wellness Centre. I cannot say highly enough the work that they do with every single patient to get you back to full health.